Hello, what's up? In this tutorial, I'll show you guys a very simple technique that is going to be helping you to do your skin retouching better in Photoshop. So this is going to be for those that use frequency separation, of course, to do the skin retouching. And I want to show you guys how you can even out the skin tones in a more better and refined way. So usually in my previous tutorials or most of my frequency separation tutorials for skin retouching, I usually embed or put a black and white layer in my frequency separation group so that I can notice where to even out and where not to even out every single time I'm trying to blend the transitions within the skin tones. Remember, skin retouching is more of evening out the skin tones in a particular image so that we can have nice and smooth transitions within those various skin tones. So in this tutorial, I'm just going to be using my actions because I don't want to go through every single step for creating the frequency separation layers and explaining them in depth. I have a couple of complete beginner tutorials, and for those interested in purchasing my retouching essentials pack, I'm going to put a link in the description of this video so that you can check out and purchase to support this channel for the content that we keep on creating for you guys. So let's kick in. And I'm just going to come to my actions. I'm going to play my, you can say I have 16-bit. I'm just going to come and play my 16-bit action just like that. So when I play it at this point, this basically determines the overall texture that you want to remain within the image. So usually the radius is going to be at around 0.1. So when I zoom out, look for the area that has most or prominent textures than the rest of the skin. So you're just going to be using this as a reference, and at this point just move this up to a point when you are starting to completely lose out on the details. So just move it up to that point. So I think at around 8, that is where I'm losing out, or that's why I'm starting to lose out on the details. I'm just going to come and hit OK. So like I said, this action contains a black and white layer inside it. So if at all I come to this group, you can see I usually have a black and white layer, and this helps me because if at all you know how to use this black and white layer to notice where to even out the skin tones, this can be of help. And if at all you don't have it and you find it a little bit confusing when you're doing your skin retouching, you can come and maybe let me just come and delete it. And this technique, the technique rather I'm about to show you, is going to help you maybe kind of get to see those uneven skin tones better so that you can blend them using the mixer brush tool in Photoshop. So I'm just going to come to my brushes and I'm going to right click and I get my mixer brush tool. So I have to set this brush well so that it can show me or blend the best way possible. I'm just going to come to the settings and make sure it is a clean brush. Then I select the second option because I don't want the brush to be loaded and carry color from one area to another. Wetness, I'm going to be using a wetness of 9, load 75, mix 90, and flow 100. Make sure sample all layers is not checked or marked because we only want to work with the skin tones or the colors in this particular image. So the technique I want to show you guys, or the tip, is simply coming and turning off the texture layer. So when I turn off this texture layer, you're going to notice that right now you can see the unevenness in the skin tones in this very image. I hope you can see right here, and we have some unevenness right here. Then we have others right here. So in order to do this well and blend this unevenness, you can see these patches right here. You're just going to come and get the mixer brush tool, and after getting it, come and select the low frequency layer, and you can use the box brackets to either increase on the size or decrease, and you can use command plus or command minus to zoom in or zoom out depending on the area you're trying to blend or mix. And when you're done doing that, getting your brush to a desirable size, and simply hold down the left click button if at all you're using your mouse or touchpad or trackpad. So hold down the left click and start painting just like that. And as you're painting, you're going to be seeing or looking at this effect in real time, and you are going to be eliminating those uneven skin tones. And you can see that we are having a nice transition every area that we are trying to even out. So just do that. You can reduce on the size depending on how small the area you're trying to blend is. So, and you have to really take into consideration that you're remaining within the borders or the boundaries of the areas. So mix areas that have the same skin tones together so that you can harmonize and get rid of those patches or unevenness in those areas. So just going to come and I even out this border and come back and I even out this nice highlight so that I can get rid of those patches. And you can see that this creates like a smudge kind of effect to your image, but it also creates evenness in the skin tones of the image. So you have to do it up to when you feel like you have evened out the skin tones well. So let's see what we have done. So we're just going to come and turn on the texture layer or the high frequency layer and zoom out so that we can see what we have done on this forehead area. So let's see, this is the before after. We have retained the original textures in the image, but also even the skin tones in this particular portrait. I hope you're seeing this. So the very first step has to be, you have to set your Gaussian blur radius well, alright, because when you set it wrongly, you're not going to be able to get the original textures in this particular image. So let's just continue and we see how it is going to be affecting the other areas. So for example, when it comes to the nose area, you're just going to come and paint on this area because it has similar skin tones or nice skin tones that are alike, and you're just going to come this side and do the same. Just come and paint just like that, nice and easy. Just do that and come right here and get rid of these tones that are existing right there. Then increase on the size and just come to the cheek and also paint over these areas just like that. And you can see that this is affecting the image in real time and you're getting rid of those unevenness in the skin tones just like that. So let's just see what we have done so far. Turn this back on and right now you can zoom out and we see what we have just done with just a few strokes of a mixer brush tool. So before after we have been able to retain the original textures in this very image. So this is the before after, but also even out the images, and the image is now turning out to look really nice and beautiful. So this is the very important tip that I wanted to share with you guys. And after blending or evening out those tones, you can go ahead and use whichever tool you prefer to remove the blemishes, and within a very short period of time you're going to be done retouching a very nice and an image that is going to be looking really nice and professional at the end of your skin retouching process. So this is it for today's tutorial, and those interested in getting my actions to support this channel, the link is going to be in the description of this video so that you can support. By buying, you'll be supporting this channel, and the link is going to be in the description of this video, or it is going to be pinned down in the comment section of this specific video. Ronix from Ronix Photography. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in yet more tutorials and giving you more tips. Don't forget to keep practicing and keep creating.